How do you engage students in the middle years classrooms of today? The answer is simple. You just use the engagement cube. One of the key elements in engaging students and improving student learning lies in providing them with high quality work that is engaging and that enables students to learn what they need in order to succeed in the world. The Engagement Cube is designed by John Antonetti and combines the research of three prominent educators: Robert Marzano, work on high-yield instructional strategies; Benjamin Bloom, for his work on critical thinking and the taxonomy of educational objectives; and Philip Scaletti in his book 8 Engaging Qualities of Work. To learn more about these 8 engaging qualities, just click on the buttons below. By clicking on each area, you can also find more information about the high-yield instructional strategies and the big idea thinking. So in terms of the engagement cube, you have high-yield instructional strategies, the big ideas thinking, which is a higher level of thinking skills, and then the 8 engaging qualities of work found in the center. So let's take a look at what this chart has. In terms of high-yield instructional strategies, Marzano has come up with his top 5. What that looks like are these: identifying similarities and differences, compare contrast; summarizing and note-taking; reinforcing effort and providing recognition; homework and practice; non-linguistic representations, followed by cooperative learning; setting objectives and providing feedback; generating testing hypothesis; and using questions, cues, and advanced organizers. In terms of big ideas thinking, what that looks like is this. Blow that up a little bit larger. We have low-level thinking skills of recall, comprehension, and application, and we have higher-level thinking skills of evaluation, synthesis, and analysis. And that's where we want to aim all of our planning, is the higher-level thinking skills. All of these information sheets will be available on our Google site. In terms of what the 8 engaging qualities look like, well, once again, we just have to click on each spot. Personal response, what that means, what it looks like, is work that engages students almost always focuses on a product or performance. So each of these charts states what it is not and what it does look like. So we want to aim for what it looks like. Clear modeled expectations. Once again, students prefer knowing exactly what is expected of them and how these expectations relate to something they care about. Standards are only relevant when those to whom they apply care about them. So clear objectives, use exemplars, use rubrics, and other sources. Emotional intellectual safety. Once again, we've learned about the importance of intellectual safety for the brain. Students are more engaged when they can try tasks without fear of embarrassment or punishment. Personal response activities that students must support with logic, reasoning, or explanation require more intellectual safety than simply answering a right or wrong answer. Learning with others, one of the 8 engaging qualities of work. Students are more likely to be engaged by work that permits, encourages, and supports opportunities for them to work interdependently with others. Teaming, cooperative learning, think, pair, share, literature circles, having them teach each other, peer review. Those are all examples of learning with a social component. A sense of audience is the 5th quality of engaging work. Students are more motivated when their parents, teachers, fellow students, and significant others make it known that they think the student's work is important. Things like portfolios, student-led interviews, opportunities for students to share their voice. Those are very important to students and holds them accountable. But remember, avoid singling them out. The sixth quality of engaging work is choice. Students have some degree of control over what they're doing. They're more likely to feel committed to doing it. That doesn't mean they get to decide what's being taught or how it's being taught, but give them choice. Use tiered assignments. Give them projects where they have different ways to demonstrate learning. Select tasks from a list. Allow them to make decisions. But the choice is not to opt out of doing the work. Novelty and variety. Just as the brain seeks novelty, so do students. They like learning experiences that are unusual or unexpected. Do you ever remember dissecting those pigs in biology class? I'm sure you still remember the smells. Students are more likely to engage a work that is continually exposing them to new and different ways of doing things. Using technology is a great example that motivates students. Things like integrating fun, games, simulations and role plays, competition, friendly competition, are all great ways of inviting novelty and variety into your classroom. And last but not least, authenticity. This term means that the power of the concept, the connections to experience or prior learning. Our curriculum is very heavy, and we must make sure that we help our students make connections to what is meaningful in their lives, to what we are expected to teach. So that means using academic vocabulary rather than teaching vocabulary or spelling in isolation. It means real life activities, inquiry, discovery learning, hands-on learning, current events of the day integrated into all subject matters, extending homework to work they can do at home, using technology, lots of ways that we can make learning relevant for our students. So there you have it. The 8 qualities of engaging work for students. Just remember, think high-yield instructional strategies, the top 9, and think high-level thinking skills, critical thinking skills of Bloom's taxonomy as part of your objectives. If you do that, you're going to have engaged learners, guaranteed.